Take a walk through the K-State campus today, and you'll see a diversity of students, free to make their own choices, pursuing their individual goals and dreams. But how did we get here? History isn't just buildings, dates, and documents. It's blood, sweat, beliefs, determination. It is people. In the early 1800s, the East Coast and the West Coast weren't yet connected by the railroad or telegraph. You walked, rode a horse, or traveled by wagon, if possible by steamboat and ferry. Trips that take hours today took days, weeks, even months. The Oregon and Santa Fe trails and major rivers were the highways of the time. The Kansas Territory was a place where European Americans, Native peoples, and people of color lived and worked side by side. At the time of the Missouri Compromise of 1820, 15 of the 30 states of the Union were free. The other 15 were slave. Congress struggled mightily with the issue of slavery, and the Compromise of 1850 set the stage for Kansas and other territories to determine by popular vote whether it was to become a free or slave state. Inhabitants from the bordering slave state of Missouri flooded to the Kansas Territory to influence the ultimate decision. Others, mainly from the Northeast, encouraged anti-slavery advocates to come and settle in Kansas. Among those who heeded the call were Isaac Goodnoe from Providence, Rhode Island, a teacher and minister, his wife, Ellen Dennison, and his brother-in-law, the Reverend Joseph Dennison of Boston. Charles Blood and his wife Mary were part of the first settlement of New Boston. In 1855, nearly 80 men, women, and children boarded the steamship Hartford under the sponsorship of the Cincinnati and Kansas Land Company, bound for the Kansas Territory. They brought at least 10 prefabricated houses, material for business buildings, and provisions. Like those before them, these were educated men and women, judges, educators, ministers, businessmen and women, and they joined earlier settlers to establish a progressive, thriving settlement, with a strong belief that education for all was key to an enlightened society. In 1858, 9 of these early settlers obtained a charter from the Territory of Kansas Assembly, a charter for the Bluemont Central College Association. Backed by their beliefs, their hard-earned personal funds, and money raised back east, the cornerstone for this college was laid in May 1859. By January of 1860, a 3-story limestone building was opened, with the Reverend Washington Marlette as principal and Miss Julia Bailey, the first teacher, hired. 53 students were enrolled that winter. Kansas was still a territory. A territory in considerable turmoil. On January 29, 1861, Kansas entered the Union as a free state. 1 month later, the Bluemont College Association offered to donate its building, library, and land to the new state of Kansas in exchange for its designation as the state university. Though this offer was rejected by the governor, a Lawrence native, the wheels had been put in motion for Bluemont Central College to one day become a state educational institution. In 1862, Justin Smith Morrill, a Vermont congressman, introduced the Land Grant College Act, a grand idea to promote education in each state of the Union. The Morrill Act was passed that same year and signed by President Abraham Lincoln. When the provisions of this new act were accepted by the state of Kansas in 1863, the Bluemont Central College Association acted quickly and again offered the college building, library, and land to the state. On February 16, 1863, Kansas State Agricultural College became a reality, the nation's first land-grant college. It opened in September 1863 with 52 students, 26 men and 26 women. In a nation ripped apart by the issue of slavery, in the midst of a devastating civil war, these early founders' determination, beliefs, blood, and courage established the principles of educational opportunities for all people. As we walk across the campus today, we see smartphones and laptops, things that didn't exist in 1863. But the most important thing, the principle of freedom and the opportunity of education for all, has been here from the beginning.